Hey, welcome back to my channel, Just Doing Great Things. Today, it's stacked enchiladas. Gotta love this. Got the original recipe from a guy named Gary House. Um, what you're going to need is a Dutch oven, 2 pounds of ground beef or ground turkey, a medium onion finely chopped, a package of yellow or white corn tortillas, one large can of enchilada sauce. I use 2 small cans of enchilada sauce, 2 packages of taco seasoning mix, 4 or 5 cups of shredded Mexican mixed cheese, and you can also add black olives, peppers, liquid cheese, refried beans, avocado, sour cream, etc. Whatever you want to add, whatever you like with your Mexican food, make it the way you want it. All right, now it's time to brown the ground beef. This is just 80/20 ground beef we got from the store. I'm going to put it on a medium heat and brown it until it is ready to be used. While the hamburger meat is browning, I'm going to go ahead and prepare some of the other stuff. I'm going to finely dice this yellow onion. I really don't like big chunks of vegetables. I think I've said that in the past in some of my videos. I like small. I want the flavor of the vegetable. I don't want to taste or feel just that vegetable. So I'm going to finely dice it, uh, put it in a bowl, and wait till it's time for me to add it to the ground beef. When the ground beef is almost browned, I will add it in there and let them become translucent, and then we'll be good to go. And I'm also going to warm up these tortilla shells. I've got it on a pretty high heat in this little skillet. Uh, just lay them on there, let them get warmed up. Makes them more pliable. Then I'm going to put them in a plate, set them off to the side. And when it's time to build the stacked enchiladas, they're going to be rare and ready to go. All right, now it's time to add the yellow onion to the ground meat so that we can let them become translucent. Mix them up in there good. Now it's time to add the taco seasoning, so I'm going to add the water that the seasoning packet says I need to add. And then we will add the seasoning. In this case, I'm using Taco Bell taco seasoning. It's my favorite kind. You can use whatever you want to use, but my favorite, as weird as it is, as strange it is the Taco Bell seasoning. I'm going to put 2 packets, one for each pound of ground beef that we have, and we should be good to go. There's the taco seasoning. And we'll get that all stirred in. And then I'll let this simmer for just a bit so that all that gets married together real well. And then it'll be ready to make the stacked enchiladas. Now it's time to put these things together. I'm going to start out with a thin layer of enchilada sauce on the bottom. Followed by 4 tortilla shells. Put a little bit, about 1/4 of the meat onto these shells. All this has been divided basically in my head into 4 parts so that I can go with 4 layers. Spread that out the best I can. Is it going to be perfect? No. But you know what? When it all comes together, it's going to be tasty. I'm going to add, in this case, I've got 3 different kinds of cheeses, and this is the cheddar, the mild cheddar. And put me a good layer of that on there. And then a little bit more of the enchilada sauce. Then I'm going to get a spoon and start working with the rest of it with a spoon. Now, if you're going to add anything else, black olives or sour cream or refried beans or whatever, this is the time where you would put that on. And each and every layer is going to be made like this in the same form or fashion. And of course, at the end, the very end, I'll end up with just a layer of cheese on top. And in this case, I chose white cheese for the last layer just because I wanted the offset of colors. I try to remember the gaps that are in this so that I can alternate where the gaps are going to be. Notice the gaps along the side. I try to alternate that every layer. Go back to the tortilla shells, the meat, spread it out as best I can, working with a 4th. And then I'm going to go with this Colby Jack mix. Here in a second I'm going to put the enchilada sauce, I believe. Oh, I got a text from a friend of mine. I had to text real quick. Sorry about that. Meant to cut that out and I didn't. This middle layer, I try to make sure I get a real good strong layer of everything on it, especially the meat. Then we're going to go with the Colby Jack. And I'm going to do this until all the ingredients are used and that last layer gets the cheese on top, and that's when we call it. I hope you realize there's not an exact science to this. It's, I I guess you could mess this up, but I don't see how. I mean, it's your creation. You're doing your thing. And this will be the last layer. I hate to waste anything, so I just go for the last drop, right? And now for the white cheese. This, I believe, is Monterey Jack, maybe. And there you go. Ready for the oven. Put it in there at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. And after that 30 minutes, here we go. This is the result. Just look how tasty that looks. And let me tell you, we had that for supper and it was fantastic. There it is, served with cheesy rice and a little bit of avocado. I hope you all enjoyed this recipe and try it. You're going to like it.